We have to watch the Scooby-Doo movie.
Why?
Because literally every time you burp, it's like the burping contest between Shaggy and Scooby.
There's a burping. The dog burps?
Yeah!
What?
Oh my god. I'll show it to you after.
Do dogs actually burp?
Well, they fart, so.
Oh, yeah. Dog farts are gross.
This episode is brought to you by laughter. It's the best medicine. After this movie, I can breathe, kinda.
This episode is also brought to you by cryogenic freezing in movies. Demolition Man did it right, and every other movie did it wrong.
This is real garbage.
Good God. What the fuck did we just watch? That was one of the most outrageous, idiotic films I've ever seen.
It was so bad.
I paid money to see that in the theaters, I'm pretty sure. And I don't remember any of it, which means it was so bad that I subconsciously blocked it out of my mind.
I remember seeing this on TV when I was a kid because I could watch whatever I wanted. And all I remember from this movie was the scene where Jason wakes up from his cryogenic freeze and like smashes that lady's face into liquid nitrogen and then smashes it on the counter.
Oh, do you mean when they're playing red light, green light?
Yes.
He moves a little bit, she turns, he stops.
Yep.
She turns away, he moves a little bit more, she turns, he stops. Like, come on. You've just brought a murderous psychopath frozen solid from 455 years ago onto your ship. You're in charge of keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
You hear him moving and you're like, no,
fine.
he's fine. Am I hearing things? No, he's fine. It sounded like ice crunching. No,
but he's fine.
He's fine. He's not moving. He's dead.
Yeah.
Good God. This was the 10th Friday the 13th? That's what the X means, I think? Jason X and Roman numerals?
Yeah.
Did they make any more?
Yes.
You said they rebooted it?
Yes, and I saw the reboot, and of course it wasn't good. So hey, maybe we'll watch it on the podcast.
Might have to. Because I remember, I had Connor on here a while ago, and we did the first one, the original, where it was his mom killing people. It wasn't great. It didn't pass the test of time.
No?
Not in my eyes. It was just cheesy and again predictable, and you're like, oh, how did you, come on, don't do this. This is just silly. You're just asking all those questions. And the end was just silly. It was all, she just wakes up like, what about the boy that pulled me into the water?
Yeah.
It's like, that was in your dream, lady. Speaking of dreams, I'm still having,
Dream
sober October is almost over. My dreams are still just crazy.
Whoa.
I am journaling them. There's been a couple of nights where I took NyQuil. That shit, man. Okay, when you haven't been drinking or smoking weed,
and
NyQuil rocks you. I don't use the cap or a
oh no,
spoon.
you just
you're an adult. You swig it. You're like, seems like enough.
You guesstimate it.
Half an hour later, I'm sitting on the couch going, whoa, because I took like some CBD jelly bomb, like 10 milligrams, and then a CBD capsule, I believe, as well, and some CBD drops. But that shit doesn't do anything to you.
No,
it just relaxes you. So I'm like, and I'm hitting my CBD vape as well. I'm just all CBD during Sober October. I'm not sober from that stuff. And I'm like, man, maybe I'm just hitting this vaporizer a little too hard. And I'm like, nope, it's the NyQuil.
It's the NyQuil.
That was the first night I slept all through the night, and my cough is gone. It only took almost the whole month.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited. I'm going to have some wine on the next podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm going to smoke some weed on the one after that. I have a feeling that weed is just going to fuck me up.
Yeah.
I think I've told the story about me trying to cook bacon with the grill off at Shambhala. Yeah. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to make sure I eat first. What'd you think of that homemade granola?
That was so good.
Except for the weird, random, hard as rock almonds.
Yeah, it was like there was a pit in there.
Well, I bought the almonds from Walmart, so maybe they get subpar almonds.
Yeah.
So this movie, Jason X, 19% from the critics, which just shouldn't have even been that high.
No.
and 25% from the viewers, which I don't understand why. Like, actually, you know what? I do. It was funny as fuck.
That's true.
It was so silly and over the top. I've said silly 3 times. It was so
just
over the
so
top. It's
silly.
just such a silly movie. It was so over the top. In some parts, we just laughing our ass off. Like at the last 20 minutes, I was laughing the hardest.
Fuck yeah.
And it actually got a 4.4 out of 10 on IMDb. That I just don't.
No.
I don't get.
No. That's why you don't trust the critics.
No. Like my friend Blake and I watched the Watchmen season premiere there last week.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's supposed to be the best premiere ever, best series opener ever. And we watch it and I'm like, it was good. It wasn't mind blowing. I've watched better stuff. And he's like, well, the reviews said it was the best ever. I'm like, yeah, stop listening to the reviews.
Yeah.
So listen, folks, if you're listening to us, don't take our word for it.
Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Make your own judgment. Never take our word for it.
No, you might find your newest comedy to add to your arsenal.
Damn. Well, okay. So this movie starts off. I love how they're at Camp Crystal Lake Research Facility.
Yeah. Like they built, or they didn't even like build. It's like they put 3 steel walls, 2 walls and a roof over top of the lake because it was so wet.
It was. And they're planning on freezing him.
Yeah. And then the lady's like, no. Kill him now. And of course the government boys, and when this happens, it's in 2010. But the movie came out in 2002.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was getting the math wrong because they said something about killing him in 2008.
Yeah. And so the government boys are like, no, we're going to freeze him. It's all about money, blah, blah, blah. And then somehow,
Katie is suffering from allergies right now.
yeah, pollen fucked me up so hard.
The Claritin didn't help you much, eh?
No.
I'm like, you still sound stuffed up.
I think it's probably because I take like antihistamines every day anyway for my tomato allergy. So I think my body's probably like...
That ginger ale has tomatoes in it.
Okay, when you said that, my heart actually jumped, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing to me?
It's cranberry. It's cranberry ginger ale.
Next time on the podcast, I'm fucking dead because Jeff gave me tomatoes.
You just can't ever eat my chili.
No.
Or my hamburger. Well, the hamburger soup didn't have tomatoes in it.
No, it didn't.
It was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I might make it again soon. I'm not sure. I might try. I love saying to you, I might try
Yeah.
giving. Because I've done the carnivore diet. I've gone all meat for 18 days once. And I felt pretty good. But now I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to try cutting meat out of my diet in November.
Whoa.
See what happens.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. So, like, he's all chained up and on lockdown. And somehow he gets out without anybody hearing him.
Without nobody hearing him.
Without anyone hearing him. Kills the guy.
Pulls the old switcheroo.
And that's right off the bat. You're like, okay, it's fucked.
Because he's somehow a magician as well as a serial killer.
Oh, yeah. And then one of the guys gets booted out of the door and he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then Jason appears in the hallway.
I love how she goes, what happened? And he has a multitude of options to choose from. Jason's free. Run.
Yeah.
He's killed everybody. But instead he just goes, I'm sorry.
And then dies. Okay. Fuck you.
So she somehow gets a shotgun. Oh, yeah, the shotgun is on his chest as he falls. Just perfectly. But Jason's right behind her. This is what I don't get about this character, Jason, in this movie. He has a flair for the dramatic.
Yes.
Which just seems like, well, I don't know. I guess if you're a killer and you're really good at it and you're passionate about it, you know, you want to have some flourish with your stuff.
True.
So, but he's like, here I am. And she goes, oh, shit, grabs the shotgun and runs. And all of a sudden he's like, I'll let you run for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I'll find you later.
Maybe it's like the thrill of the hunt.
I guess, but
that's not elaborated on.
But what is he? Like,
okay, that's
one big question I have. Like,
that's my whole thing. My very first point was I said, I love that they acknowledge Jason's wild ability to regenerate and shit, even though he's a regular boy. Like
Who's been dead for a long time.
yeah, like he drowned in Camp Crystal Lake in the first one when he was a boy, and then grew up somehow and came back to life or some shit.
In
but
Jason Goes to Hell, he was blown to pieces, and his heart was eaten by I don't know why I remember this one. His heart was eaten by a doctor. The doctor then took on the spirit of Jason and then reanimated his corpse somehow at some point.
yeah, it's just it's so
I mean, maybe should have read up on the history of Jason before this, but I didn't feel like it. I was busy.
I didn't. No, not 9 movies.
I didn't want to.
No.
Because I don't think it needs that much. Like, I'd like it to be explained, and I'm sure someone out there listening can weigh in on this and be like, all right, listen, I'll lay it out for you.
Honestly, that's probably going to be me when I go home tonight. I'll get bored, I'll look up the lore, and I'll message you the gist, and you'll be like...
And on the next podcast, we will explain it. All right, everybody, here's the breakdown of what Jason has done, who he's been, who he's possessed, and who he is now.
Yeah.
And then who he becomes at the end of this movie. I don't want to spoil it yet.
Yeah. And so they're running around this Camp Crystal Lake research laboratory. And I made this comment to you, like, it sounds like the Leprechaun soundtrack. It's like...
Oh, to get me go! Yeah, so we got super long intro, then this whole thing, and yeah, it's just like this weird music.
Yeah.
I'm like, this just seems so cheesy.
Yeah, and it's not at all, like, on the same level.
No, it wasn't setting the pace at all. The music was like, it was just like they picked some sort of royalty-free background track and like, that works. It's fine. We used all the budget on the cheap special effects of the spaceship and space station, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But she lures him into the cryogenic freeze. So I get the idea that Jason is smart. He's intelligent. He has to be because he's crafty. He knows where people are. He knows where they're running. He plans ahead. You know, people back into a corner. Ha! I got you. They turn the corner. Bam! You're getting stabbed. So why would he allow her to trick him into walking into the, like, you're definitely going to notice the temperature difference.
Yeah.
You walk into that room. It's kind of chilly in here. What's going on? Why was this door open? I smell fear. and she seems cool as a cucumber. Cool as a calm cucumber. Or calm as a cool cucumber. And she starts blasting him with the shotgun. Now, if you're a Mythbusters fan, old school Mythbusters, not new school Mythbusters, I'm talking Jamie Hyneman and You Can Breathe. I can hear it. You're not going...
Like a hungry troll.
This episode brought to you by mouth breathing.
My lips are so chapped.
Were you putting on chapstick earlier? I thought I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
What the hell?
What?
My sweater was like at this weird angle like this, and it looked like it was on a fish wire.
Oh, your sweater is haunted. But if you're a Mythbusters fan, like I used to be, I still am, but not the new ones.
Yeah.
Jamie and what's his face, Adam, busted the myth that a shotgun will not blast a person backwards.
Yeah, it'll most likely blast you shooting it more so than...
And she was like 120 pounds, so it's going to blow her back a little bit.
And Jason's like 250.
Easily.
And he's getting blown into the cryogenic chamber.
And then she kicks a table towards him, shoots the table. The table hits him even harder, blasts him into the cryogenic thing, and then she freezes him.
Yeah.
Now, here's the kicker. She closes the door on him, locks him in there, and is like, ha, I gotcha.
Yeah, and goes into peek and gloat.
He stabs through what has to be
thick.
Yeah, like an 8-inch thick solid steel door with a machete.
Yeah. And not just stabs through, like stabs it and grazes the end. He full on shoves the whole machete through the door like it's butter and into her.
And her as well, yes. Now, my question was, where was all the staff?
I know, it was just them.
Like, was it an off weekend? Like, it's just the two
Labor
of them?
Day long weekend.
Hey, listen, we captured this murderer. This guy's killed like 200 plus people. We got plans for the weekend. Are you and little buddy there cool with just watching him and freezing him? You guys got this covered, right? Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Where was the military? This guy's been wreaking havoc on Camp Crystal Lake and the surrounding area for decades.
Yeah.
Like it's 1980 all the way to 2010.
Yep. That's 40 years.
40 years, yeah. No, 30 years.
No, yeah.
30 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not almost 50.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You look hella good if you were almost 50.
Oh, thank you. It's my hair. I still have my hair. I don't wash this shit. That's what it is. I washed it for the first time in a month, like last weekend, I think it was.
Damn.
Yeah. When I wash it, it gets all fluffy. But now it has like the Jonathan Taylor Thomas curl.
Oh
coming
my
down
God, I had such a crush on him. JTT.
Everybody wanted that hair.
Oh, penny soup. Jeff's like,
but there was no staff. So she starts the cryogenic freezing. He stabs through there. The cryo stuff seeps out.
yeah, and then immediately freezes her.
Yep. Now, if Demolition Man, as I said before, was any indication to how cryogenic freezing works, you have to be submerged in liquid.
Yeah.
Like the liquid goo. And then you need to have that frozen instantly. Like you think about it.
Yeah.
You can't just cryogenically freeze somebody outside in Manitoba winter in minus 52. You're going to freeze slow and you're going to die.
Yeah.
You need to be freeze like instantly. If it even works at all. I don't know if cryogenic freezing works. Is it a thing?
I don't know. Apparently Walt Disney's frozen.
He's going to come back and wreak havoc on the world at some point. Wasn't he a big Nazi? No, Nazi, like
No.
a Nazi sympathizer?
No,
No.
that's
That's
a
just
myth.
is it a myth?
Yeah,
How do we know though?
I've looked it up.
Oh, it's on Wikipedia?
No,
People can change that shit.
no, like I've done research on it.
You're just a big Walt Disney fan though.
True, but I'm not biased.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
If the Disney company came out and was like, no gays in our park, no minorities, I'd be like, hey, I'm never going again.
Something's going on there. But okay, so maybe he's frozen. Maybe he can't freeze people. But
Maybe.
I don't believe this woman wouldn't. Okay,
This
at least
one,
she
no.
wouldn't have froze.
No.
And I
She
don't
would've
think
just
if there was a leak in that thing, did they close the door behind them?
The door automatically closed because there was a breach with him.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, they freeze, and then they don't give us however many years later because they want to spring it on us.
Yeah.
But time passes to the 25th century,
Yep.
and okay, another question I have here: why in 455 years did not one person come to the Crystal Lake Research Facility just to check on shit?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we got a computer signal that we sent these top tier military guys to come get Jason. Nobody came back. So, do you guys want to check on them? You guys want to go see where they are? You know, we lost their cell phone signal, or their Find My iPhone says they're in the research facility. Maybe we should go look for them. None of their families inquired about where they were.
Nope.
That place just became overrun with cobwebs, and then was discovered 455 years later.
Maybe it was like a top secret base, like Area 51 style.
In Camp Crystal Lake.
Oh, right.
But still, like, not one person. Not one person. Nobody looks for them.
I know.
Like, if you're married to the guy that's like, I'm taking him so we can research his regeneration abilities. You know, the wife's gonna be like, I haven't seen my husband in like 2 months.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna go get this regenerating monster.
He's
Where
fine.
is he? She's like, fuck yeah, insurance money.
Yeah.
He's dead. I'm going on a cruise. But, yeah.
Me?
That was I'm just picking up this movie apart here. So it gets discovered by some sort of team of students.
Yeah, and a
which we
professor and
found.
an AI.
Yeah, looking on Earth 1.
Yeah.
So this seems to be just some sort of like, high school thing they do every couple of months. Field trip to Earth 1. Let's go.
Yeah.
What are we going to find?
And those students were horny as fuck.
They were. And some of them were also dumb, but some knew what was up. Like,
Yeah.
what's on his face? Oh, that's some sort of...
That's
What did she say was first?
a 20th century breathing apparatus.
Yeah, and then Buddy's like, it's a hockey mask.
Yeah. Hockey was outlawed in 2024.
So-
You hear that, folks? In 4 years, hockey is going to be outlawed.
No more hockey in 2024.
Yeah.
you imagine if 2024 hits and all of a sudden, hockey has been outlawed across the world? What the fuck?
Oh my God.
This isn't happening.
Canada's national sport would have to be our actual national sport, which is lacrosse.
Yeah, which nobody ever talks about.
No.
I think most of the world doesn't even know that. They're like, oh, it must be hockey because it's cold up there.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people like hockey.
I know.
It's lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Not to be confused with LaCroix.
Yeah. LaCroix.
Or is it LaCroix?
LaCroix, the drink.
I've never had it, but I heard it's awful.
It's all right. I got some from Whole Foods at
Did it cost you $12 for a couple bottles?
No, it was like
Do you shop at Whole Foods?
if I have a gift card.
Yeah, I went in there once. We were gonna go hike the Chief on the mainland. We stopped at McDonald's because that's what we fueled up on. Because I'm like, I said, let's get some trail mix, and we walk in there, and I'm like, oh look, there's trail mix in the bulk section, $7.99 per 100 grams. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is the same shit you get at Walmart for $1.
Yeah.
And I'm like, almonds, $5 100. Like, fuck this place.
Yeah, I know.
The whole paycheck gone.
I know.
Fuck that.
But yeah, I got a coconut. I got like a pina colada LaCroix, and
Did you get 2 pina coladas?
Oh no, I got a 12-pack for like 12
Really?
bucks, 12, 13 bucks.
That's insane.
And I put some Malibu in it.
That'd actually be pretty good. This Canada Dry
Yeah.
cranberry ginger ale, Fairway Market, 3 cases for $10 the other day.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't say no. I got some cream soda, and I got some cranberry ginger ale.
Dig in.
I love how even frozen Jason was deadly.
I know.
Somebody bumped someone else, and
Yeah.
his fucking frozen corpse falls and chops Buddy's arm off. There was so much ridiculous comedy in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved how when they went out of this research facility, how the Earth just looked like what we expect it to look like in a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Desolate, just unlivable, no
Orange,
atmosphere. You're like,
dusty,
looks
yeah.
like the surface of Mars, but windier.
Yep.
Like, okay, well, they nailed that. I'll give them that.
And then, so the professor FaceTimes with this really old guy and is talking about, like, we just found 2 specimens that are 450 years old. And the guy's like, yeah, I don't care. Cryogenically freezing is, like, not impressive anymore.
Yeah, because they had, they've already thought out a bunch of people 200 years ago, 100 years ago, and they're like, it's not a big thing.
And then the old guy on FaceTime is like, now, if you got Jason Voorhees.
He's like, the name Voorhees is on there. Is that Jason Voorhees?
Like, you don't know what hockey is, but you know who Jason Voorhees is, even though he's 450 years frozen and hasn't killed. Like, okay.
Yeah, he's just been frozen. You figured that generations upon generations would forget about him.
Yeah.
Because really, he only killed 200 people.
Yeah.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, he's not Hitler.
No.
He's not, a world war.
No.
He's just, he's a murderer. Like,
Yeah.
he's, John Wayne Gacy. Was John Wayne Gacy a killer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Or what's that? My dad used to call me all the time. The guy used to eat
Jeffrey
people.
Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. He go, Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Then I found out later. I'm like, why are you calling me somebody that eats people?
You're like,
I just eat
Dad.
pierogies, but thanks, Dad. And yeah, you would forget about that. Nobody would know who he was.
No.
Like Voorhees. Oh, you mean Jason Voorhees? Like killed all those people in that small town almost 500 years ago? Come on. None of this movie made sense.
And then we get
Oh.
on the spaceship.
What about the outfit? Oh.
I was literally just going to say the outfits. They're wearing like crocheted crop tops and velvet pants.
Sweater, turtleneck, sleeveless sweaters over top of tank tops with midriff showing.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But you know what? I stuck with this movie because they were hot. And I was like, all right, I'll watch them. The dialogue was terrible.
Oh, fuck, I know.
The fact that they're on some sort of like field trip research vessel with a built-in military, and it's all being just headed up by students and one professor who needs money apparently.
Yeah.
And I was
still,
thinking, like,
in 2455, professors aren't making that
well,
much.
and the thing is, like, from what we've been led to believe by other space movies, is that they eventually all will just wear one thing. We'll just wear a uniform.
Yeah.
We'll wear tunics. or will wear smocks like Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I was wondering, maybe he had like space debts, or like he had owed money to space hookers, or he's doing space heroin or something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He's a kinky dude.
Was it? Yeah, that was him getting the old clamps, eh?
Yeah.
The clamps!
So one of his students comes in with a bottle of rosé and a clamp, and she's like, I want to talk about my grade. And then all of a sudden, like, we're flashing from Jason in the chamber, like unthawing with
Whoa.
that chick.
Wow.
And then
He's basically rotting, too.
yeah, he must have smelled awful. And then back to this, and then like the professor is wearing this like see-through mesh purple teddy, and she's like has this huge clamp, and she's twisting his nipple, and she's like, you like that, baby? You like that? And then he's like, you pass.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, sir.
Yeah, that was just a completely unnecessary scene. Like we didn't need to see that at all.
No.
I love the the reanimation of Rowan.
Yeah.
Because she's frozen. Her vitals are good, and they cover her with
Like-
basically nanobot ants, like
Yeah.
150,000 ants, and they crawl in and out of her, activating red blood cells and such. But when they come off her, because they have to cut her clothes off. And then the ants get on there, and then she's just wearing chainmail after, like a chainmail blanket, going like,
yeah.
"Oh my God!" Oh yeah, and he's going, "Take it easy, take it easy." She just slaps him.
Yeah.
But that's the extent of her freak out. It's
Yeah,
just,
that's it.
slap, and then goes, "Oh, I'm okay now," and holds the chainmail against her supple breasts, and asks like, "What's going on?" She seems like you'd think you'd be a little more out of it.
Yeah.
And freaking the fuck out if you've been frozen for almost 500 years.
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, the logistics of this movie are just eating me up inside.
So then Jason wakes up, smashes the chick's face into the liquid nitrogen, and then,
That was pretty cool.
yeah, and then smashes her frozen face on the counter. And I was like, why are these lab rooms soundproof?
Or there's no cameras, no security monitoring at all. There's no one like, you guys, something's happening in lab number 2.
Yeah.
You might want to check it out. There's no intercom system.
Nope.
No one's communicating with each other at all.
No.
Everyone's just kind of like, bah, just go do your thing.
Yeah.
You've got some sort of guy in charge that has drug debts or gambling debts or
Yep.
something.
And no one's wearing lab coats or masks.
Yeah, because first of all, even before Jason got frozen, the guy hasn't had a shower.
No.
He's been murdering people for
He's
years.
disgusted.
He's got a stink. Like,
yeah.
I've smelled people after a day of working outside, and you're like, man, you got to put on some deodorant or have a shower
Yeah.
or something. There's been a couple days when I'll have a long weekend, and I'm like, man, I don't feel like showering today.
Yep.
And on the next day, I'm like, I can stretch it for one more day. By day 3, you're like, good God, I need a shower.
Yeah.
At least you put on deodorant, but it doesn't last that long, or it just doesn't mask it like it should. And you're like, all right, it's time. This guy hasn't bathed in decades. And she's just like, cutting his mask off.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, look at you,
And
you
his
poor baby.
Black blood is like seeping out.
The
like,
big black bear bled blue blood. I found out I was cleaning my cupboards in the kitchen, and I found a big piece of paper full of tongue twisters.
Oh.
The big black bear bleeds blue blood. Something like that. It's a whole bunch of them.
Ooh.
Oh, I commented that Jason suffers from ILS. That's invisible lat syndrome. The lat muscles under your arms. You ever seen those guys carrying the invisible suitcases? Or, hey, where do you want these pumpkins, bro? See those guys in the gym all the time. I'm like, come on, dude, just let your arms relax. They'll hang down at your side. Keep doing more pull-ups. So this, I can't remember the guy's name. He made that android. So I'm like, she's a robot because she's trying to put metal nipples on smooth tits.
Yeah.
And at one point, she introduces herself to Rowan, and she's like, oh, you're an android or something. She's like, no, I'm real.
Yeah.
I'm like, so this is an android you've created that is now self-aware, which is what we all fear right now, is AI becoming self-aware and thinking it's human, like Ex Machina.
Yeah.
And now we're like, oh, shit, they're going to murder us all. So that was a little confusing for me because you can't have an AI
No.
that's self-aware. And if you did, it would be super smart and probably just murder everybody on that thing and side with Jason and be like, let's take over the world.
Yeah.
Because there's more than one
thank
world.
you.
Oh, this movie. So now they're like, no. She's like, what? Jason Voorhees is on here? He's like, yeah, but it's fine. He's dead.
And she's like, I just told you we tried killing him in 2008 and it didn't work. So no, he's not dead. And they're like, yeah, he is. And she's like, okay, show me. And then they go into the lab room too and they're like, fuck.
Zipping up a body bag. Well, he's probably here somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll find him. It's okay. Alert the military. There was a lot. There were a lot of people on this ship.
Yeah.
Military guys doing the simulators, because then we cut to the simulator now, and that was a bit jarring. So I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
And wearing all the gear in the simulator. The helmets looked like they were from 1985.
Yep.
The armor you commented a few times.
It looked like paintball or laser tag armor.
Yeah. And then Jason wanders into the simulator. Somehow, I don't know you would think if you were in a simulator, you would only be seeing what the simulator showed you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be seeing what was next to you.
No.
So they both wouldn't have seen Jason.
No.
Jason and Jason wouldn't be able to have killed their simulations.
Yeah.
Because when the simulator stopped, they were sitting on the floor. So in reality, he would have just been able to come over to them sitting down and went dead and dead.
Yeah.
And that would have been it. And neither one of them would have known what was going on until they died. So that right there, another plot hole. This movie, like nobody in the production of this movie was going, guys, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Or if someone did speak up, they were like, fire him.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Get them out.
Yeah. Like even if you do VR, that's a virtual reality sim. You can't see what's not in the VR goggles.
Yeah. You have to pull the goggles up and look over and go, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
I tried that. Have you ever tried the?
Yes.
Which one did you play? Like which system? PlayStation?
No, desktop. Oculus desktop.
Ooh, how is it?
It was spooky and fun. So I did the like 7-Eleven type sim, and then I did the
Like shopkeeper simulator?
and then I did the car sim where you're in an auto body shop.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I can breathe. And
Yeah,
then
that sounds like it.
and then I
Would
did
you like some NyQuil?
No, not yet. I'm gonna pass out on your couch.
Give you a shot before you leave. Passing out in the car.
Yeah.
She's not driving. She's not driving.
I'm getting a ride. Don't worry, viewers. Listeners. And then I tried a horror one, and that is fucking scary because it's kind of like Amnesia. You don't have a weapon, you just have a light, and you have to run and hide in the dark.
Ooh.
It was scary.
That was like that. You ever play that game Outlast?
Yes.
I never finished it because I had it on my PlayStation, and I had saved it in a spot where I got stuck. I couldn't figure out, and I was running out of batteries on my camera. So I have no idea how to get through there. And I don't even know where I am in the game. So I tried playing it one day. And I was like, fuck this. I was so mad.
Yeah.
Because I'd put in 6 hours into the game. And I was like, because that game is creepy as shit when you play with a headset.
Oh.
I'd sit right in front of my TV and I'd turn all the lights off.
Oh, yikes.
But for VR, my friend Andrew had PlayStation VR, and I tried Skyrim, which he said gave him motion sickness. I thought it was pretty cool. It's because when you were controlling it, like you would move with one stick, and then you would turn, and you could actually be walking forward but turning sideways. So it would kind of throw you off. But I played for like a solid hour. He's like, I would have been puking about 45 minutes ago. That one, and there was like a shooting game.
Oh.
He's just in the corner going, holy fuck, John Wick. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, reload. Shooting guys coming on the balcony, shooting all kinds of shit. I was like, this game is fun. I'm sweating my ass off, though. And there's one where you're in this like giant courtroom, not like a courtyard, like a front room of a mansion.
Yeah.
And there's a table in front of you where all your clips and stuff are. And at one point, I finished a wave of dudes, and I was like, damn, I'm fucking getting sweaty. And I went to lean on the VR table, and I was like, I almost bailed in his living room. I can hear him laughing. It's like, that's pretty real, isn't it? I'm like, holy shit, man. I'm excited to see what VR looks like in like 5 years.
I know.
Yeah. Or when the new PlayStation 5 comes out, or
Oh, yeah.
somebody was saying that they think that's when The Last of Us 2 will come out with the release of the next PlayStation. which would be freaking awesome.
Oh my god.
Did you play the first one?
Yeah.
I love that game. I hated it when I first played it because I got stuck in one place with all the clickers. It was maybe like an hour into the game, and I couldn't get through this one building full of clickers. I got so mad. I gave the game back to my friend. I was like, fuck this game. I hate it. He goes, what? Like, I got stuck. I couldn't do it. So I think I bought it when I got I think I had to get a new PlayStation 4. No, I tried it on PS3. I bought my PlayStation 4. It came with The Last of Us. I made it through that clicker room in one try.
Damn.
And then I was like, how the fuck that was so easy. And then I went on to play the game. I was like, this is one of the greatest games ever made.
I know.
Oh my God. The story was so good.
Fuck. It just gets you like right in the beginning too.
I might play it again sometime. Maybe. It's such a time investment.
Yeah. One of those games for me was like a BioShock.
That was a great game.
Series.
That I liked all three of them.
Same.
I ended up buying the re-release series. It was like $15 or something. I was like, why not? I think I played the first one. I started playing the second one. I was like, what am I doing? I have a life. I need to do other things.
I don't.
Okay. I don't.
I don't.
Anyway, back to the simulation.
Yeah.
He kills one guy by giving him a backbreaker,
Oh.
snaps him right in half, and smashes the other dude's face into the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And there's so many fast cuts back and forth between stuff.
I know.
Now the military's suiting up. He's like, you got the BFG? I'm like, oh. Doom reference, nice. But here's my problem with this. You can't, I don't think you can fire weapons in a spaceship.
God, no.
Because it's
just like you can't fire weapons in a plane.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a controlled environment, like an atmosphere. You can't just like start shooting bombs and bullets and rocket launchers,
no.
which they do. And then we get introduced to the engineer that we see twice in this movie. Dude builds terrariums, hides out in the fucking basement or whatever, and he's just sitting there doing something. He's like, huh? Looks around. Thought I heard something. Nope. Huh? And it sounded like the waiting loading screen music for Grand Theft Auto 5 behind him.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? And then, again, the flair for the dramatic, Jason sees it behind him, waits till he sees his reflection in the picture frame and is like, oh, and he's slowly lifting his machete or his non-machete.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, and then they're like, get down. And like Jason looks over them like, huh? And then like, start getting shot. I'm like, what? Just kill him.
I know.
Just kill him. And then he just murders everybody in this fucking scene.
Yep.
There's like eight dudes and some ladies that come in here.
And he just fucks them all up like that.
And I love Brodsky going, hey, report. Briggs, report. Bueller. Damn. They're not going to answer, stupid. Just stop. Oh, and then this jackass shoots Jason with the BFG, knocks him onto some sort of giant spiked anchor.
Yeah.
That's just hanging around. And he's like, don't take your eyes off him. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's dead, boss. Don't worry about it. I hate this tripod so fucking much. Sorry, I don't have my regular straight tripod because it's over at the bar, which we're going to be doing comedy at November 7th, everybody, if you're listening.
Cool.
All of our listeners. Sydney at the Dickens Public House. Open mic night. Yeah. Mark your calendars. That's where my good tripod is. I went and checked out a spotlight at Long and McQuaid. It's pretty cool.
Ooh.
It's pretty sweet. You can do all sorts of shit with it, too. Unless you rent it for the night for $18.
Hell yeah.
But then Brodsky gets, I love this. Everyone's dead. He backs against a wall, which in these movies apparently you just shouldn't do. Jason punches through a wall, which is supposed to be made of steel. In the movie, it looks like it's made of cardboard.
Yep.
Stabs Brodsky through the wall. And he's like, you're going to have to do a lot more than that to take down an old dog like me. Stabs another thing through the fucking wall and is like, yep.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. And then I love this. They call up to Fat Lou, the spaceship driver, pilot. And he's like, you got to get us to, what was the place called? Solaris?
Yeah.
Solaris.
Solaris.
And he's like, he's radioing ahead. Like, man, you got to get them on the horn now and tell them we need military. He's like, yeah, we're going to need military. It's a goat fuck up here. I don't think I've ever in my life heard anyone use goat fuck to describe a scene that's fucked up.
No.
Like, What would
Like
you-
fucking the dog, but not a goat fuck.
Yeah, like you could say, yeah, like fucking the goats. Like, those guys are fucking the goats. Pounding the puppies. Pounding the pooch. What would you, like if you what is another term for a messed up situation? Clusterfuck.
clusterfuck.
Yeah. Clusterfuck, fucked up scene, fucked up situation, all sorts of shit going on up here.
Yeah.
Anything but goat fuck.
Yeah. Literally anything but goat fuck.
Oh, I got a kick out of this. So, he's trying to pilot this thing into Solaris. They're going to land there. They're going to have 60 military men waiting to take care of the situation. Of course, Jason is incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Because this ship, according to the next shot, is almost the size of the space station they're landing at. Because it collides after Fat Lou is murdered. It collides with Solaris, smashing all of the glass windows.
Yeah.
Why are there windows?
The huge glass roof.
The giant glass dome smashes it, takes out 2 buildings.
Yep.
Because there's giant buildings on this space station. And then they realize it just took out the whole space station. So one spaceship. I don't know why you would build a spaceship so big. Which, again, leads me to believe that Jason is incredibly fast. Because this thing is the size of a space station where we're led to believe thousands of people live.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh, my God. This movie. And the special effects were like
Awful.
worse than Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Spaceballs makes this movie look like. Wait, this movie makes Spaceballs look like Star Wars. I love Spaceballs. President Scroob. I was thinking of that. Who hired this guy? I did, sir. He's my cousin. Oh, I'm surrounded by assholes. Yeah, God. So this they destroy it, and then now we're down to what? 7 people left.
Yeah.
And this idiot professor gets stuck in the room as everybody else runs away. And he's like, whoa, 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 I can make you rich, man. Oh, what do you want? What do you want? And Jason looks at his machete and he's like, Picks up his machete. He's like, oh, guys, it's cool. All he wanted was his machete. Why would you turn your back on something like that?
Yeah. And why would you think that that's what he wanted?
And why wouldn't you think that once he gets that machete, he's going to murder you? He's killed hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And most of the people on your ship. But it's cool. He's not going to kill you.
No.
Or so you think. Oh, God. We're working our way through it.
And then the guy updates his cyborg.
Oh, yeah. He says, I installed an upload. Not uploaded an upgrade or installed an upgrade or uploaded a patch or... He's a computer whiz who built an android that doesn't even know the lingo. Again, the writers in this movie. And again, nobody going, something's not right here, guys. We'll leave it to a couple of amateurs on a podcast to figure it out later and let you know. In like 18 years, you're going to realize, oh, shit, we did it wrong. So she kicks the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. And shoots off his leg, his arm, most of his head, face, and he like flies back onto this table and, everyone's like, yay, he's dead.
He did it.
And then they're trying to figure out how to use the little exploring pod to escape.
Mm-hmm. Well, they think he's dead, so it's like, where should we put him, guys? Just throw him on the reanimation table. It's fine.
Yeah, just leave him there.
Yeah, but what happens if it powers up again? It won't, dummy. It's broken. It's fine.
Yeah.
So then there's no tissue. There's no tissue to fix him up with. So it starts giving him cybernetic parts.
Yeah.
So he becomes a fucking cyborg. Even his mask.
Hockey mask is fucking cyborg steel.
This movie, my God. I'm sure there are people out there that are just like, this is the best movie ever.
Yeah.
And I beg to differ.
Someone's gonna listen to this and be like, this sounds awesome.
I hope they do. I hope they watch it. And I hope they message us and go, man, you guys were totally right.
Yeah.
This movie was one of the greatest movies we've ever seen. So then he comes back and old KM14's like, hold on, guys. I got this. Try shooting him. Doesn't work. And she's like, So shoots him in the metal parts.
Yeah.
I never understood that. Shoot him in the fleshy parts.
I know.
And then she goes up there, kicks him, and then he punches her head clean off. clean off. And that's when you would think, okay, this guy's pretty strong now. Stronger than he was before. I don't think any of us should mess with him.
Yep.
But then Rowan's like, I'll get him, don't worry. And then like, no, you're not going to get him. So how did I must have blinked or just nodded off almost at this part. How did they get him outside of the ship? How did they blast him out the door?
So he was in the little area that they were planning on blasting and blowing up so that they could separate themselves to get to the rescue.
That's right.
So he was on that part that got blasted.
Okay.
And then he punched his way back in.
I wonder how these students understand the logistics of blowing up a ship in compartments and not destroying the whole thing. They're pretty smart, and they're also pretty dumb at the same time.
Yeah, mostly dumb.
Yeah, he punches through the hull of a ship, which leads me to believe that IKEA is making ships in the future.
Yep.
Because these things are not built that well. And Janessa. So the air's being sucked out of the room. They're all like, grab her hand. You'll be fine. I love how she is, not strong enough to pull herself up.
Yeah.
She's basically going to die, but she stops to go, this sucks so bad. Or something along those lines.
Yeah, she's like, this sucks on so many levels.
On so many levels. And then gets liquefied as she goes through the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
She goes through the grate and then the hole in the wall. Oh, God.
So now we're coming close to the end. So now they have a ship coming to pick them up and dock with them. And Jason is on his way. And like, we got to buy some time because Bronski's still alive.
Oh, yeah. They put him in the reanimator and fix him because they find him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I was wondering how the hell he got strong after getting stabbed twice. So, yeah, they get him. And he's like, I got to do a spacewalk, guys. I'll fix this door for you because the door won't open.
Yeah.
Jason's coming, and they're like, we need more time. And Rowan's like, hold on, I got an idea. And she starts poking a light stick, like a glow stick, into the wires for some reason, which does nothing. And then the other computer guy's like, hold on, I got an idea. And he creates the camp simulator.
Yeah.
Which doesn't distract him that much because he's looking around going, oh, it's a campsite. Cool. And then looks over and sees Buddy through the simulator. And he's like, oh, shit, he saw me.
Yeah.
Wait, I have an idea. And he simulates two ditzy camp girl. Like, can you imagine that's your movie debut right there? Like, oh, my God, I got a part in this movie. What were you? I was a ditzy, idiotic camp girl who loves premarital sex.
You can see my boobs.
I was wondering if we were going to see some tits in this. And
right?
we did. It
Yeah.
can't be a Friday the 13th movie without it.
No.
And they're like,
no.
let's have premarital sex. And they get in the sleeping bags. And this was a part that my buddy Tyler was telling me about. He goes, the only part I remember of this movie is when they're in a camp simulator and the girls get in the sleeping bags and he beats one with the other one like Homie the Clown from In Living Color. Or with Private Pile and fucking Full Metal Jacket. She's beating the other one with a sock full of soap bars.
Funny.
That was ridiculous.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, like this last 20 minutes of this movie, we were laughing hard. Oh my God. And then, so they blow it up.
Yeah.
Brodsky stalls them. They blow it up. They're on the ship getting away. Rowan turns around and goes, he's coming right for us.
And Jason's like fucking motoring towards the hull of their escape pod.
He's flying through space like Matt Damon in The Martian, right towards the window. And Brodsky comes out of nowhere.
Horizontal left field and tackles him into space.
Which means Brodsky somehow swung himself around in an arc faster than Jason was flying forward, which just defies physics completely, and sideswiped him, tackled him through the atmosphere onto Earth 2.
Yep.
Where we see two campers, one wearing the tightest, what looked like golden leather booty shorts.
Yep.
I'm not complaining.
No, those were nice.
Those were nice shorts. And they're like, oh, look, a shooting star. And he's like, make a wish, baby. And they kiss, and then we're underwater now. And Jason's mask floats to the bottom of a lake, and it's the end.
And it's like,
fuck, this film. This was so bad. I don't even know what to say. We've said it all.
yeah.
What do you rate this movie?
Oh, fuck. 2 X's out of 455. And the
Wow.
2 X's were for the 2 sets of boobies we saw.
I give this. I'm gonna give this 1 cybernetic hockey mask out of 500 regular hockey masks.
Oh.
I don't think any of our rating system has ever made sense.
No.
Ever.
No, never.
If I were to do a compilation at one point in the future, these people would listen to it and go, what the fuck are these people talking about?
Yeah. They'd be like, is there a legend where one of these equals like 5? No.
Nope. Nothing. None of that ever at all. Yeah. Anyway.
That was...
If it, we never do this. I gotta just do this. It's been like episodes since it's been like, hey, if you're listening and you like this, tell other people.
Yeah.
Find us on Facebook. Find us on Instagram. Follow Real Garbage Podcast. And send us comments. Send us suggestions for movies.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, we have picked some garbage.
Some doozies.
We're gonna do an old double whammy on Halloween though.
Yes.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna smoke weed.
It's going to be a party. A party for 2, anyone?
Yeah. I'm gonna drink red wine.
Oh.
I'm gonna get some good, probably Cab Sav or some Malbec. Malbec. I'm gonna smoke some weed my neighbor gave me that he got from someone over north of here. That smells really good.
Dig in.
Oh, I was looking for something the other day and I opened up my box, my drug box, and I was like, I cracked open the tin, the thing of weed I have. I was like, oh God, I do kind of miss it.
I'll bring those brownies.
I have tons.
Oh.
Yeah, I got lots. Don't worry about it. I mean, I don't have any
Just kidding.
of those. No, I do. All right. Okay. Send it there.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
This is Real Garbage.